As a black woman, I watched the channel Think Before You Sleep on YouTube, and I found this video called Children Roast Polyamorous Woman.
That video was about a segment from Joe Billy on polyamory and monogamy. I believe in monogamy.
Now, here's the thing. They tried to make it seem good to the children, as in, the woman tried to make polyamory, which is when polyamory is the practice of, or desire for, intimate relationships with more than one partner, with the informed consent of all partners involved. It has been described as consensual, ethical, and responsible non-monogamy. It is not polygamy, which involves multiple marriages. However, it can be done when a married couple decides to allow non-married to them people in their relationship. I remember a comment on YouTube stating how one person grew up in a polyamorous household where her parents were willingly and knowingly cheating on each other. She hated that childhood because of the strife and many issues that came from the polyamory. One woman on Aura stated how she and her husband were practicing polyamory, both bringing in new people that she told her child were uncles and aunts, and she stated that when the child was older, she'd explain what was going on. I don't honestly know if the mother knew the uncles and aunts she brought in the house around the child, but honestly, this is very dangerous. I had a lesbian relative who brought many random women in and out of her house to have sex with them, and you know how many people say women don't rape? Well, turns out, one of the lesbian strangers she brought in raped her daughter. This is partially why bringing random, unreleased strangers into the house who are obviously nymphomaniacs, who are possibly crazy and addicted to sex around your vulnerable children, are dangerous. Another scary thing is that in the brain, there's a thing that is supposed to protect you against committing incest, and when it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. My fear is that some of these kids who they were raped by their uncle were not raped by an uncle. In fact, it's possible the people their mom called an uncle were actually boyfriends her mom was making out with. Calling a random stranger your kid just met an uncle is common when the mother or father who brings home a woman he tells his child is an aunt to have sex with. I fear that it could be possible these kids got very confused and mom brought home dangerous men, told their child it was an uncle. When the men got alone with the child, it turns out the uncle raped the child, and while the mother knew it wasn't an uncle, the child had no idea. It's easy to believe the lies your parents told for years, or to get stuck and believe what you thought was true as a child for over 6 years if nobody teaches you any better. Especially when it comes to sex, your parents will run circles around you. Polygamy and polyamory in one relationship. Polyamory involving a married couple to non-married people and polyamory between non-married partners should not be allowed. It's very dangerous when involving married couples and very damaging to relationships even in non-married couples. Most people will not go for them, and mentioning one shows you aren't the brightest being, or you are totally disrespectful, and even shows you have a heavy lack of care for your relationship, because if the request for polyamory goes south, that's it for most relationships. They are out of there.